I want to make a really quick video and try to make it very short, not make it very long. I was thinking about Sam Harris's book. He has a new book out called The Moral Landscape. And you know what? I kind of think that that's almost like the 21st century alchemy. I've listened to him talk. I watched the speech he gave at the TED thing, that video of that, about the science of morality. And I don't think you can make morality into a science. And I think it's even a mistake to go down that route. But, you know, I think that a lot of people have probably tried to do that. I think that's what religion tries to do, is try to make morality into a science. I don't think you can. I don't think that it really is something that should even be made into a science. And I don't think we need a science of morality. That's like saying that we need to come up with a science of trying to find out if, you know, I don't know, whatever. I can't even compare it except to compare it to alchemy. I think it's the 21st century alchemy. And I think that his movement is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And just like alchemy, at some point people are going to realize, you know, you really can't make this into a science. You really can't make it into a science. And it really doesn't serve any real purpose other than for people to write books about it. I just think it's the 21st century alchemy. You know, the science of morality. We don't really need a science of morality. But I would imagine that a lot of people would say, well, I think we do need a science of morality. There's so many bad things going on in the world, and we need to come up with a science. Yeah, because then if we had, let's think about if we actually accomplished this goal. You know, it's kind of like, what if the alchemists were able to take a metal like this, you know, and turn it into gold? If I could turn this nickel right here into gold, and nickels are made up of a metal called nickel, of course. If I could take this and make it into gold, what would happen? How would that really serve anything? Well, I could be rich. You see, that was probably the ideal behind it. People could take very common metals that you have, turn it into gold. And you have to think about when alchemy started. Yeah, if you could do that, if you could come up with a magical way of making it into gold, you could become very rich because you got plenty of this kind of metal. But, you know, there's very little gold. So if you had a lot of this, you'd be, you know, it's very simplistic thinking. But you know what would happen is if you actually flooded the world with lots and lots and lots of gold, then the value of gold would actually drop. It wouldn't be no more valuable than this, especially if people could learn how to do it. But so the whole driving force behind the science of alchemy was about getting rich. And I think that's the same thing about this science of morality. You write a book about it because you think you have the answers, and people find that interesting and exciting, and it's an answer to the world's problems. How, if we had a science of morality, we could end wars, and we could end starvation, and we could end selfishness, and we could end all these bad things if we can come up with a science. Now, the real question is, how would science end all this stuff? Because science is authority. Yeah, science tells people what to do. When we know something scientifically, it's an authoritative thing. Sounds a lot like the church, doesn't it? Sounds a lot like religion. The authority to tell people definitely this is wrong and this is right, and science says so. So you have to act this way because science said it. We've done research and we scientifically proved that, you know, helping the old lady cross the street is the right thing to do. But I just wonder, you know, aren't we kind of coming into the 21st century alchemy? It's just something to think about.